Indian vendors, Vietnamese vendors, Burmese. Hey y'all, it's Shanice and I'm back with a brand new long overdue video, and I'm so happy to be back. So today I'll be teaching you guys on how to find your dream vendor and how to stop getting scammed out here in these hair business streets. Keep on watching to find out how. So just wanted to give you guys a quick intro. My name is Shanice and I'm located in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I own a wig and hair company by the name of Style in a Box. Style in a Box, home of the ultimate hairstyle in a box, ready to go. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're one of the OG subscribers who've been rocking with me through my little hiatus, welcome back. I'm happy to be back. But anyways, if you haven't, make sure you subscribe for uploads. Uploads are going to be more regularly now since I'm getting in the flow of things. I got my mind right and all that good stuff. So yeah. All right, y'all, so I got my handy dandy notebook, just put all the notes for today's video. So the first things first, before you go looking at hair vendors and buying vendor lists and doing all that stuff, first thing you need to do is decide on what kind of hair you want to sell. That is the framework, the groundwork on what you need to know what type of vendor you want. You know what I'm saying? So if you go just looking for vendors generally sell everything, but I feel like certain vendors specialize in certain things, if that makes sense. So like you might find a vendor that's good with wigs. You might find a vendor that has good straight hair but not good curly hair. You might find one that has good curly hair but their straight hair isn't good. You might find one with good closure wigs but not got good frontal wigs. You see what I'm saying? So first things first, make sure what kind of hair you want to sell. So whether that be virgin or raw. And once you choose, I'm not gonna get into like the differences on that. You could check out one of my, believe it was my first video on virgin hair and all that stuff. I made that video 2 years ago. I'm gonna probably put it up here somewhere, you know, click on it, check it out. So first decide on whether you want to sell virgin or raw hair. Once you make that decision, we're gonna go to the next step. The second thing you need to do is, if you have not already, download the app WhatsApp. Download, many of you guys already probably have Instagram, but download Instagram and then download Alibaba. WhatsApp is gonna be where you're gonna be communicating back and forth with the vendor once you choose them. Instagram, you already know, Instagram is a place to find vendors and also like chat with them too before you go to WhatsApp. WhatsApp is when you're like really interested. Instagram, you can search for vendors there, and Alibaba, you can search for vendors on there as well. So make sure you have those 3 apps downloaded. The third thing you want to do is search. So in the search, if you're searching on Alibaba, search cuticle aligned raw hair or cuticle aligned virgin hair, depending on the hair type you want to sell. So once you put that search in, there's going to be a whole list, probably thousands of vendors that pop up under that search term, and then you'll go from there. So pause on that. If you search on Instagram, you'll be using hashtags are your best friend on Instagram when it comes to searching for vendors. So for example, hashtag raw hair vendors, hashtag curly hair vendors, hashtag virgin hair vendors. Y'all get the gist of it. So once you do the search and your results pop up, you want to pick 5 to 7 vendors to scan. All right, so if you're on Instagram, you want to make sure that on their Instagram profiles, you don't want to see, if you see pictures of stolen work, that's a red flag. If you see that their area, like their workspace isn't neat, that's a red flag. Or it's dirty or filthy, that's a red flag. If the hair doesn't look like it's good quality in the photos, that's a red flag. So look for certain things that take away from quality when it comes to vendors. If on like site it don't look good, it more than likely isn't good, because if you have to think, if a vendor is willing to just post any type of hair on the internet to sell, they're probably not going to send you the best quality of hair. So that's a tip for Instagram. My tip for Alibaba, if you search on Alibaba and you now brought the conversation to WhatsApp, be sure to ask them for their Instagram page. If you do it either way, just make sure if they have an Instagram page, make sure you're able to get on that page and do your due diligence and research and see what it looks like. It kind of cuts down on you wasting time, because if you see that they have stolen pictures, you already know, like some vendors have pictures of like Arrogant Tay work, they have some work of Crown by Her, they have work from all of us over here in the US claiming it to be their hair when it's not. So that's a strike one. You do not want a dishonest vendor. So do your due diligence and be sure to, if you're able to, get your hands on their Instagram profiles. That will save you a lot of time. All right, so you scan their Instagram pages. If you started on Instagram, their page look good, they look legit, the quality of the hair is nice, their factory is nice, they probably go live sometimes, they probably put stories up throughout the day. That's a good sign. If you started on Alibaba and you have them in WhatsApp, I want you guys to pay attention to this well, because this is a big deal. If you decided to work with a virgin hair vendor, their area, more than likely that's a Chinese vendor, and their area codes start with 86. So virgin hair vendors are 86. If you're looking for raw hair vendors, there are, oh, I have my list right here. They are Indian vendors, Vietnamese vendors, Burmese and Myanmar vendors, Cambodian, Indonesian, and Filipino, and probably so much more that I probably don't even know about. But those places have different area codes on WhatsApp. So you want to be careful about that. This is just a tip. This is kind of like a side tip. If you're looking for raw hair and you run into a Chinese vendor, when their number starts with 86 and they're saying that they sell raw hair, that is 99% not a raw hair vendor. So be careful, because a lot of people, these vendors are getting onto us. They know what we like, what we're looking for, so they know raw hair is kind of in right now. So they're, of course, they push whatever we want, and they will lie and be deceitful to us about that. And that's another way to get to avoid getting scammed. Chinese vendors start with 86. I'm gonna put the list down here somewhere on what area codes are right here, what area codes are for each other country for raw hair. That just helps eliminate confusion. You already know what you're looking for. If there's an Indian vendor, the Indian vendor number needs to start with 91. All Chinese start with 86. So please pay attention to that so you won't get scammed in that way. All right, so you check the area codes. The Indian hair vendor is in India. The Chinese hair vendor is in China. The Indonesian hair is in Indonesia. So once you get that done, you're gonna reach out. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna write them a message. You're gonna say, hi, my name is so-and-so. You can make up a fake name. You can give them your real name. Hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm interested in fully cuticle aligned hair extensions to start my brand new hair company. And I'm looking for a reliable and trustworthy supplier to help me with that. Boom. You're gonna tell them that. And then you're also, oops, my bad. You're also going to request their full catalog. It don't matter if you want to only sell wigs, if you only want to sell eye tips, U-tips, wherever you want to sell tape-ins, whatever it is, just ask them for their full catalog. All right, they send you the full catalog. The prices look okay. We're not going to get into pricing and what it should be or whatever, so the prices look okay. Next, you're going to ask questions. So you want to ask if it is, either way you can ask, because raw hair vendors do steam process their hair sometimes, so it is healthy for you to ask them how they do it. So you're going to ask them, how is the hair processed and handled? How long is the processing period for them to get your order to you? What is their maximum order capacity? How much hair or whatever it is you want, the max amount can they supply you? Because once you grow, once you get bigger, you want to know that they could be able to handle your demand that you need from them. Ask them, do they have a return policy if the quality of the hair or whatever product it is they send you isn't good? And then again, ask them for pictures and videos of the hair, their factory, maybe of some of their employees. Just make sure you ask questions. These are just some examples. Of course, if you have your own questions, please feel free to ask them. And if they catch an attitude with you asking questions, clip. It's over with. If I'm about to spend racks with you and you have an issue with me asking you a question, I don't want to do business with you. I don't care how good the hair may look, how good the what. If I can't ask you what I need to ask you, it's over with. I get that they probably get a lot of questions every day, but I get questions went. I get questions every day in my business, and I answer them happily and gratefully, because you don't have to spend your dollar here, and it is what it is. It's business, it's customer service. So if they have an attitude, clip it, don't even worry about it. But yeah, ask them as much questions as you want. 90% of them are going to be super nice and willing to help, because they do and honestly truly want to earn your business, especially if they're a good vendor supplier. They answered all your questions, you're happy, everything's looking good. Next thing you want to do is request a video tour of their factory or their store, wherever they process and do everything. Just ask for a quick tour. Ask them just to show you how, you know, show them the environment you're in. If you're selling products for people to wear on their head, you want it to be a good product. People wear this on their head, they wear it around their face, you know, they wear it on their skin. It's not something you want, you know, somebody picking up the floor and throwing acid on it and straightening it out, and you know, you don't want that. You want to make sure that they're handling the hair properly. So ask for a tour. I've been on a few tours. I've been on Indian tours. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. A lot of them understand that, but yeah, you could just, they'll show you like where they shampoo and condition the hair. They show you the workers. They'll show their employees shackling the hair. They'll show you how they make the wax. It's like really an interesting process. And I hope to go over there one day to meet my suppliers, because they're amazing, and just, you know, show them that love in person or whatever, because it is, you know, it is something they're doing. It's great. They're creating. And yeah, so all right, the tour goes good. They answer like your questions. The hair look good. You're excited. Now, this is when you close the deal. Well, no, not yet. Ask them what payment methods they use. You want them, a good supplier generally, well, most suppliers generally have PayPal, or you could do a bank or wire transfer. Those are the safest. Some vendors may request you to use Western Union or MoneyGram. I'm gonna say this much. Western Union and MoneyGram do not guarantee you your money. Once you send that money, it's basically gone. So if they don't send you product, it's kind of a loss. PayPal and money, you know, bank transfer, stuff like that, you kind of get a guarantee on your investment in case something goes wrong. Why I'm not all the way against MoneyGram, Western Union, my very first vendor asked me to send money through Western Union and MoneyGram, and they sent me the product. But that's a risk I was willing to take. If I would have lost the money, I was able to. A lot of you guys, and when you start a new business, you cannot afford to take that loss. So don't even risk it. So if a vendor has PayPal, that's good. If not, I wouldn't say start with them. Find a vendor that does, and then once you know your business is a little better and you have a little bit more money to spare in case you lose it, I would say go ahead and try them later on. So if they have PayPal, bank and wire transfer, that's a go. If they do not, I wouldn't recommend you taking the risk. Now we gonna seal the deal. Order a sample. It's time to order a sample. So now, usually for a sample order, you would want to order a wig, like a full unit, or you would want to order 3 bundles and a frontal or a closure. When you want to order these samples, so you'll be able to wear it yourself and to test the hair and make sure that it is good quality for your customers. So you're going to order your sample. Shipping varies. Just be prepared to pay for the hair itself, and then shipping. And even though they're not supposed to do this, a lot of them do charge PayPal fees. It's kind of one of those things, like, it is what it is, you know. It's how they operate business. You could report them to PayPal, but it's like, okay, you lose your supplier, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a small fee for like something that's not big of a deal. So you're gonna order your samples, and then you're gonna try and test the hair. So I know some Chinese vendors usually take 2 to 5 business days to ship. Raw hair vendors, unfortunately, they are longer. They do take average, I've seen 2 to 3 weeks, because Chinese usually have the hair in stock. The raw hair vendors usually have to prepare the hair. So they'll have, you know, they prepare it to order. So it takes a little bit longer. All right, so you order your sample. Okay, this is just a little extra tip. I'm gonna give my little opinion on vendor lists. I think vendor lists now aren't that great of an investment, because every vendor list I've met these vendors on Instagram hashtags myself. So I used to sell my vendor. I no longer am going to sell my vendor, because I feel like I personally haven't seen my vendor on anybody's vendors list because of the way I found my vendor. But I just feel like it is a shortcut, but then again, I feel like it's not the best resource on finding the best vendors, because I feel like vendor list makes vendors popular. And I don't know if you know, the more people know who your vendor are or is using that vendor, the quality goes down because they feel rushed to give you your product. So they usually rush to, you know, the quality just isn't there once a vendor gets popular. I'm gonna use this vendor for example, KBL, Calibu, whatever. They been rumored to be so many popular hair business owners, hair vendors, and since the vendor got so popular, I'm just hearing the quality just isn't there anymore. And I feel like vendor lists, especially vendor lists by popular people in the industry, cheapens the hair quality. And for me, my vendors, I've honestly haven't seen them on any vendor list, and I'm so happy. Not saying that they aren't from any vendor list that I've seen, and the quality of the hair is amazing. Like this wig, for example, I've had this hair, I had this hair for so long, like years now, and it still bounced back. I gotta redo the lace, but you see it bounces back, and I didn't wash this hair in months, and I just popped some curls in for this video. So you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go into like the quality and how to know hair's quality in a next video, because I feel like quality is very subjective to different people. So it's just like, what is really true quality? It's no government standard, it's no nothing. It's kind of like off your own opinion. So it's honestly up to you on what you think is good quality and what your clients know is good quality. But this is all for this video. If you haven't already, girl, follow me on the gram, styleingabox.co, styleingabox.co. That's where I post all my little, you know, my hair stuff. That's where I promote sales and all that good stuff on there. Get up with me on TikTok as well. I'm about to get up on the TikTok game under sis-Shaniece. So Instagram, I'm gonna put it right here, styleingabox.co. TikTok, sis-Shaniece. All right, y'all, you already know. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for being a part of the family. All right, you guys have a good day, and thank you for watching. Love you guys.